Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Zoya Zafar and our course title is Communication Skills. So, according to our course title, our basic aim is to enable you to meet your real life communication needs and also enables you to solve the issues and problems related to your career. So this is the basic aim of our course. Then today we are discussing about narration. So what the narration is an act of representing words of a speaker, and the action or process of narrating a story means that in narration you are narrating someone words or someone message. And the other definition of narration is it is the use of written or spoken commentary to convey a story to an audience. Means that it may be written or spoken comments to convey someone's message or someone's story to your audience. So this is the narration. There are many ways to convey your message to your audience. So first we see some key terminology words, mean keywords. During the process or you will come across many important terms that you need to know better so that you can convert any direct speech into indirect speech without any hassle or hindrance. Means that when you are converting your direct speech into indirect speech, you use some keywords by the use of the some keywords you will easily convert your direct speech into indirect speech. So here's some example. She says I am a little bit nervous, and in the other example she says that she is a little bit nervous. So these two examples are one is from direct speech and one is from indirect speech. So here are these two words, two sentences. If we consider these two sentences, we might notice that both of them convey the same message, but there is a difference if we look closely. Means these are two sentences and they are conveying the same message, but if we look closely, then we differentiate these two sentences. Means in the first sentence, look, in one sentence she says I am a little bit nervous, so I am conveying the word of the speaker in her own words. Then this is called the direct speech or reporting speech. Then in the other sentence we see that she says that she is a little bit nervous. Means I am using my own words to convey the activity of the speaker to the audience. So this is called indirect speech or reported speech. So this is the difference. There are some key words, mean reporting speech, reported speech, reporting verb and reported verb. These four are the key words. According to these four words, you can convert your direct speech into indirect speech. So let's take a brief loop. Means that reporting speech is something the first part in the direct speech is called reporting speech. For example, in the previous example, she says I am a little bit nervous. So she says means that is the reporting speech, and the I am a little bit nervous is reported speech. Reporting speech is the first part of the direct speech, and the reported speech is the second part of the sentence, which is enclosed in inverted commas or quotation marks. This is called reported speech. Then reporting verb, the verb of the reporting speech is called the reporting verb, and the verb of the reported speech is called the reporting verb. So these are four keywords through these four words you can convert your direct speech into indirect speech easily without any hindrance, without any ambiguity, or without any hassle. So remember these four words: reporting speech, reporting verb, reported speech, and reported verb. Then there are two types of speeches which expresses speaker statement. We use the following two ways: direct speech and indirect speech. So in direct speech, the words which we use are the word of actual word of the author, and indirect speech are the word of the narrator. So uh, uh, the direct speech is it is the word of the speaker, and in indirect speech it is the word of the author or the narrator, sorry, the words of the narrator. So the direct speech, the actual words of the speaker are quoted as it is without any change. So in direct speech, the exact words of the speaker are used and enclosed in inverted commas. So this is the direct speech. And in indirect speech, here the actual words of the speaker are transformed and they are said to written in a simple language. So if we see this is the minor difference between direct and indirect speech. And when we convey our message in direct speech, so why we need indirect speech? So the reason for the change: to avoid confusion while using direct speech in reporting. So this is the reason why we use indirect speech. So let's take the example. uh, he said to me, I shall go to the cinema today. And in indirect speech, he told me that he would go to the cinema today. So there are some minor changes occur. So let's say take a look what the changes occur. So in the previous example, how direct narration changed into indirect narration. So these changing are occur: reporting verb said to converted into reporting verb told, and inverted commas removed, and instead of inverted commas we use the word that. Then I is converted into she, and shall go is converted into would go. So these are the changes occur, means that we see that these changes occur in first the removal of commas or inverted commas. Then second is change of tense. You can see present tense convert into past tense, or shall modal verb is converted into would go. Then there is a change of person pronoun, I converted into she. So these are the changes which may occur. So now we take a look. There are some basic rules which we use to convert our direct speech into indirect speech. So before proceeding ahead, it is mandatory to memorize these rules. So first is changes in persons of pronouns. So first person, second person, and third person. When we talk about personal pronoun, so these are divided into three persons, means that a first person, a second person, and a third person. So when we are talking about first person refers to the speaker, and then we are talking about second person, so each may refer to the person being spoken to. And when we are talking about the third person, so this refers to the person being spoken of. So these are three persons, means in when we are talking about first person, we know we use the word I. And then when we are talking about second person, then we use the word you. And when we are talking about the third person, so we use the word he, she, and it. So these three persons also having their nominative and objective case, means when they are using as in subject, they use their subjective case, and when they are using as an object they use their objective case. So here we see changes in persons of pronouns with examples. So first person pronoun example is she said I sold my car myself. Means when we are talking about first person pronoun in direct speech, so we take a look, or we can say that we can change the reported speech according to the subject of the reporting speech. Means she said that she sold her car herself. So here we changed the reported speech according to the verb of the reporting speech. Means verb of the subject of the reporting speech is I, so it is replaced with she, and the my is converted with her, and myself is changed with herself. So these changes may occur because of the subject of the reporting speech. When we see the subject of the reporting speech, so we can change our reported speech according to the subject of the reporting speech. Now in second person pronoun, she said to me, you waste your precious time yourself. So in second person, reported speech are always changed according to the object of the reporting speech. Here we can change our reported speech according to the object of the reporting speech. Now she told me that I waste my precious time myself. Here we notice you is converted in I, your change in my, and yourself change in myself. So this is the change occur due to the object of the reporting speech. Now third person pronoun in reporting speech are changed, not changed, because when we talk, she said she is busy with her toy, and we convert it in direct speech. He said that she was busy with her toy, so there is no change occur. That is why in third person pronoun reported speech are not changed. So these are the changes in persons of pronouns. Now change of verb. Rule number one, there is no change in tense in reporting speech is in present or in future tense. For example, he says I am unwell, and in indirect speech he says that he is unwell. So according to the rule, the first rule is when reporting speech is in the present or is in the future tense, then there will be no change occur in the reported speech tense. Like he will say I am very busy, he will say that he is very busy. So the reporting verb is in future tense. According to this, the reported speech tense is not change. Now the next is rule number 2. If reporting or principal verb is in the past tense, then the change will be occur in tense. So here, if the reporting or principal verb is in the past tense, is in said form, then it will be a change will be occur in tense. For example, Alia said to me, I am at zoo, and in indirect, Alia told me that she was at zoo. So here she was at zoo and I am at zoo. The present simple tense converted into past simple tense. So in direct speech, the reporting verb is in past tense and the reporting speech is in present simple tense. And when we change it into indirect speech, we see that reported verb converted into said, and the reported speech tense is changed into its corresponding past simple tense. So it is the minor or major change occur. So Simple present converting into simple past means that it will change with simple past tense. Here's an example. Aisha said to me, Alina is good in English. And in indirect, Aisha told me that Alina was good in English. So here the minor difference occur. Alina is good in English and Alina was good in English. So the tense will change with it corresponding tense. Now second one is present continuous converted with in past continuous tense means here he said my master is writing a letter, and in indirect he said that his master was writing a letter. So here the tense change with its corresponding tense means the master is writing a letter is converted into his master was writing a letter. So here the tense may change, mean is converted with in was. So past present continuous converted into past continuous. And in the other example, Sana said girls are reading Hamlet. Here girls are reading Hamlet, and when we convert into indirect, Sana said that girls were reading Hamlet means present continuous also again converted with it corresponding tense past continuous. So the next one is present perfect tense converted into past perfect tense. Here is an example. He said I have passed the examination, and in indirect he said that he had passed the examination. So have changed into had means that present perfect change into past perfect. And in other example, the teacher said I have given you the assignment, and in indirect the teacher said that he had given you the assignment. So again present perfect converted into past perfect. So these are the changes occur, and you will recognize these changes, then you will easily convert your direct speech into indirect speech. So the next one is present perfect continuous converted into past perfect continuous. So here is the example. They said they have been taking exercise since morning means that the tense which is used in reported speech is present perfect continuous. And when we convert this direct speech into indirect speech, we see they said that they had taken exercise since morning. So here they had been taking, so have been converted into had been. So the reported speech tense converted into corresponding tense means past perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous convert into past perfect continuous. So these are the changes in verb of present tense. Now we see the changes in the verb of past tense. So simple past convert into past perfect means here's an example. You said to him you went to Lahore yesterday means here the reported speech you went to Lahore yesterday is from simple past tense. And when we convert into indirect speech, you told him that he had gone to Lahore yesterday. He had gone. So simple past converted into past perfect tense. And here's the other example. You said to us you did not help me. So you did not help me is the tense means is simple past tense. And when we convert into indirect speech, you told us that we had not helped you mean we had not helped you. The reported speech tense converted into past perfect means past simple perfect past simple tense convert into past perfect tense. So here's the second past continuous converted into past perfect continuous. The example is they said they were taking exercise. They were taking exercise. The reported speech tense is past continuous tense. When we convert into indirect speech, they said that they had been taking exercise. So were taking converted into had been taking. So the reported speech tense past continuous converted into past perfect continuous. So there here's the other example. I said Sanya was going to the university for taking notes, and here was going is past continuous tense, and when we convert it into indirect speech, I said that Sanya had been going to university for taking notes. So had been going is convert a past perfect continuous. So the change is the direct speech, reported speech is in past continuous tense, and the indirect reported speech is in the past perfect continuous tense. And here the next one, no changes are required to be made into past perfect and past perfect continuous tenses. So the example is, you said Sana had cooked food. You said that Sana had cooked food. So there is no change occur in the reported speech of the past perfect tense. So here's the example. She said she has been sleeping. So sorry, she said she has been sleeping. So the reported speech is in past perfect continuous, and when we convert into indirect, she said that she had been sleeping. So the reported speech of the indirect speech is also in the same tense, remains the same, means is in past perfect continuous. So there is no changing occur. Now the next one is change of verb future, means future verb. In future tense, shall will converted into words. So here's the example. He said to me, you will play cricket. He said to me, you will play cricket. Here the reported speech verb is will, and when we convert into indirect speech, he said to me that I would play cricket. So will converted into word. So there is a changing occur. And in the other example, the doctor said you will be recovered soon. So will is also in future tense, and when we converted it into indirect, the doctor said that I would be recovered soon. So will converted into would. So there is shall or will converted into would. The next one is may and converted into might, can into could, must into had to. So direct speech is, they said the boys may read. So here may, and when we convert into indirect, they said that the boys might read. So may converted into might. And is the other example, I said the girls can sing. So here can converted in indirect, I said that girls could sing, can converted into could. In the third example, I must find a job, said Hina. So here must is used when we converted into indirect. Hina said that she had to find a job. Here's must converted into had to, means there is when we change direct speech into indirect, we change these modal verbs into their past form. So when if reported speech's verb expresses a habit that usually occur, then it will always remain in present simple tense. Means 2 and 3 makes 5, said I. So I said that 2 and 3 makes 5. So the reported speech remains in the present simple tense. In the other example, English is easy to learn, she said, and when we convert into indirect speech, she said that English is easy to learn. So the reporting verb is in past tense, but it is the habit. So the reporting speech tense is remains same, it has no changing. So the point to be noted are first, verbs in the past continuous, past perfect and conditional undergoes no change. So there's no change occur. And the second rule is the verb used to and the modals would, should, could and might do not change in the reported speech. Means when these modal verbs are used in the direct speech in would, could, should and might form, so that were not changing into the repeated speech of indirect speech. So these are the points which you have to recognize. So the next is time changes. How time changes occur in narration. So direct speech: now, today, tonight, tomorrow, yesterday, this morning, last morning, and next week, month, and year are converted into then, at that moment, that day, night, that night, the next day, the following day, the day before, the previous day, that morning, the week before, the previous week, or the following week, the following month, or the following year. So here's the time change. Means when we are talking about he said he is here now, then we say is into the converted. He says he said that he was there then. So and next, place change. Here, place change means the change of adverb of place. So in direct speech, here, that here, and this, and in indirect speech we use there and that. For example, she says everybody was here. In direct speech, when we convert into indirect, we says that she says that everybody was there. So here converted into there. Now the next one is changes and means in these words. For example, when we use sir and ma'am in direct speech, and when we convert into indirect speech we use instead of sir, and when we use respectfully. For example, they said, sir, the time is over. And when we convert into indirect speech, we say they said respectfully that time was over. And in the other example, they said to their teacher, madam, it is hot. And when we convert into indirect speech, we say they said to their teacher respectfully that it was hot. So we omit sir and madam and use respectfully instead of these words. So the next one is changes in these words. So in these words are good morning, good evening, good day are converted into created when means where good morning, good evening, and good day are used, we omit these words and use created. Means here's an example. She said good morning, sir. So when we convert into indirect speech, we say she greeted sir. Now the references, and this is the end of our lecture. I hope it will be effective for you. So thank you.